Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Welcome to Spirit Speaks with James Van Praagh, a pioneer of his time and one of the world's most celebrated and respected mediums of our time. Please welcome spiritual teacher James Van Praagh on Universal Broadcasting Network.
Hi, everyone. Hi, John.
Hey, James. Happy Monday.
I'm calling in today and from a place called Rhinebeck, New York, and I'm teaching this week at a center here called Omega Institute.
Excellent. Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I had a weekend workshop teaching people and helping people, and it was a healing workshop. It was the power of the soul, and we had some incredible breakthroughs and processes and helping people believe in themselves and understand their soul nature, that they are a soul having this human experience, first and foremost. And then this week, I just started today a 5-day course, and it's really living a soul-filled life. So it's similar, but it also uses the person's intuition and honoring the intuition and honoring their soul's voice. So you get people from all walks of life, from therapists to people that do energy work, from people who have no idea what any of this is about the first time, from people that are grieving, all different types of people. So it's a wonderful way to reach people and have them honor themselves.
Excellent. And then you move on to Fishkill, right? New York?
I'm doing Fishkill, New York on Friday. It's a demonstration. And that's, right near Poughkeepsie, New York. And then I'm going to Philadelphia, and I'm going to be at the Keswick Theater on Sunday. So
Okay.
And they'll be headed back home to California, so I can do this from my office.
Okay.
And sitting here next to me is a good friend. I invited him to come here tonight because he's been a good friend of mine for many years, and he also works as an intuitive. He's a healer, and he's also a real estate agent, but a conscious real estate agent, I guess you'd say. And I said, Jeff, you know, move to the healing and intuitive work. And he's done a lot of readings, and he can explain. So this is Jeff Adler. Jeff, you want to come in and say hello?
Come on in, Jeff.
Everyone.
Say hi to John.
Hey, there.
Tell everybody what you do, Jeff, because it's an interesting way of work.
Well, in northern New Jersey, my wife and I, Debbie, for 22 years, have a real estate business. We're real estate brokers, and we found that making not only selling a house, but the emotion involved with selling a house is often stuck or paralyzed by other things besides the house. So there's other issues and challenges. So we can get with a lot of the training that we've done together, we can get underneath what is really going on, and it could be something simple psychically we can pick up, or even if we've had a dog buried in the backyard and they didn't want to sell their house, and then we picked up on the dog and then said, well, you can take the dog in the coffin with you, and then they sold the house.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of leading with contribution, service to the community, and being authentic and going in there and having a little bit different integrity adding integrity to the mix of selling houses.
And helping them not only release the fear of selling in a new world, because anytime there's something new, there's a fear of letting go.
Exactly.
And it's hard for people, John, to let go, as we know.
Yes.
And they're used to a certain way of life. There's a certain way of the world around them is fit a certain way. And to change that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your newsletter this week.
Yes, letting go. But tonight we're going to talk a little bit about letting go and using the power of love, which is my new book coming out in November. So I thought I would share with everybody just a preview of a little bit of what's a little bit in the book and in my cards, my Power of Love activation cards, and just and help them with a process of releasing those old belief systems, old patterns that they've lived with that no longer serve them.
Yeah.
Great.
Very important, especially going into the holiday season, right?
Yes, very much so. And the holiday season, autumn is coming, of course, and in old traditions, they used to have, of course, it's a winter equinox, which we just passed,
Yeah.
and where now the days and nights are the same, but as we go into the winter times, now the nights get longer. And so, in traditions in the past, and we're in Rosh Hashanah right now in the Jewish faith, and it's an interesting time now because this is a time where many would take the experiences that they've had throughout the year and they go in and they see what was worthy of them to use and to really build their way up, expand their world, expand their perspectives, and they would really go through rituals of throwing away that which does not serve them. So tonight is all about that, letting go and releasing, and through the power of love,
Yeah.
because love is the greatest healing force in the universe, and it brings together. And when one loves themselves enough, they can get to this space where they're able to release and let go. And it's hard, but with the power of love, using that force, you can choose love over fear
Yeah, and transmute that energy, right?
and transmit the energy. And it
Yeah.
is definitely a sense of, I always say this, I've said this before in the show, life is a series of choices. It's either love or fear.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else. It's love or fear.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yes, every time.
Every time.
Yes.
And that's and it's letting people have that sense of not living the illusion of fear, because the truth, the only love is the only thing that's real.
Right.
So it's giving people that space to let go of the illusions.
Yeah, that's interesting, that whole spectrum, love and fear. And then if you look at, the fear-based emotions versus the love-based emotions, it's the fear a lot of times, especially when you're like in love, and you're experiencing sort of the fear around being in love. So that's sort of
Because you got to be vulnerable.
yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. So it's sort of interesting sometimes how they maybe intersect,
Yes,
Oh,
very much so. Because
yeah.
you got to be secure within your being.
Yeah.
And excuse me, I think you have to love yourself first and have the relationship with self before you're really able to give fully of yourself to another.
Right.
Trust plays in there too.
Yeah.
Trust.
How would you say that?
I would say that trust plays in that you have to trust yourself, knowing enough about yourself to be able to give yourself to one another, to another.
And intuitively.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. So you're having that sense of self.
Because a lot of people, when they approach relationships, they approach them from the past going forward, and they have a lot of fears that associated with the pain that was associated from the past relationship. So, that's what I was trying to, I
Jeff
guess.
has a good one about that.
Yeah.
About the past, yes, not being present, being the we often skip the present completely because we're bringing the past all the way into the future.
Yes.
So we're rarely present because of the past. We keep reliving the past.
We relive those stories from the past,
Those
and
stories.
we're trying to get them right.
Yeah.
And so we kind of bring them over and over and over again to make them right for some reason. We were talking today about the illusions, and people create these stories, and they live in the illusions of those stories.
Right.
It's
That,
really,
that is
Yeah.
the truth.
that's the truth, when it
Right.
really isn't. It's just an illusion. It's their story.
Right.
And to them, it's the truth, but there are many, many realities, many truths.
And the choices are all about lessons too, right? So when you make a choice, sometimes you have to come from an empowered place versus a fearful place, trusting that that choice isn't going to lead to the same thing that led to in the past, right? So it's a concern that you have going forward, but you need to just trust that you're being led for a reason to this relationship, and trust that you're being guided, right? Would you agree with that?
100%.
Okay.
Because really trusting your choice, it all boils down to choice. Decisions are often based on, again, on the past, what I've found.
Yeah.
The past leads to decisions we all might make versus a choice we're making presently. Yes.
It influences it, for
Yes,
sure,
yeah.
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Most
So
definitely.
I thought tonight we would do a little bit of the process from the book.
Yeah.
I have several meditations in the book, The Power of Love, which anyone can order on Amazon, pre-order.
It's a beautiful
in
cover,
November.
James.
And I'll be doing a lot of publicity, so people will be knowing about. It's a really great book. It's
Yeah.
the first book I ever wrote was Talking to Heaven, and that was an opener there. That was really opened up the consciousness of a lot of people. And this book, The Power of Love, really opens people up on a whole other level of awareness and a sense of being. And it gives them back that sense that they've. I think we had it, John, when we were first born, into this world. I think as babies,
Yeah.
as infants, as toddlers, as young children, we had that sense of wonderment, that sense of joy, that sense of love. We understood
Purity.
the purity,
Yes.
the
Right.
innocence.
Yes.
And it's getting back in the book, it kind of brings you back to that purity, that trust, that innocence of self that we've forgotten for so many, many years from, I'd say, the age of 6, 7, 8, when we started to become programmed by society, by adults, to fit in and be approved.
Oh, wonderful. Colette is in the Facebook Live, and she's saying, love the hearts explode with our Facebook photo. She's saying, there's so much love here. I totally feel it. Absolutely amazing. So,
Totally. Very good, Colette,
yeah,
because that's what the book is made from, complete love.
yeah.
I did the book like I do a lot of my works, but this one I had to use many of my own teachings and my own meditations processes to get to that vibration and the frequency of love. And that's where I wrote from. I would not sit down at the computer and write until I was in that space of what I felt was love, that space of transcendence. Be- Because it worked, what you write down on the pages, that has to be
Yeah.
emphasized. The vibration, the frequency of the
Yeah.
words, the way it's all set up, has to get that message across to the reader.
Most definitely. Now, we'll be doing readings tonight, James. We'll be taking questions
Yes,
too?
we'll do a read tonight. I'm gonna do a little
Okay.
process with people first, so we get in this space of letting go and releasing that which does not serve them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a little process, a little like a meditation or a mind journey, and then we'll take calls of all different types. And Jeff, who's been with me for working with me and been in my classes for a long time, he's also very, very intuitive. So we thought we would do like
Great.
double type of experience here for people, whether it's readings or contact spirit, and we'll see what happens. Like, as we know, it's always an experiment.
Excellent.
Okay, so I just want to lead people, John, and just ask everyone who's watching this or hearing this just to close your eyes for just a moment.
Not
And
if you're driving.
really, yeah, is that okay? Well, except you, of course, because you're going to be working.
No, I'm saying not if you're driving. Not if you're
Not if
driving.
you're driving, no. If not, you're driving. Pull side of the road. I always say to people, pull to the side of the road because I don't want to be speaking to you that quickly.
Yes.
So pull to the side of the road.
Because this lives on as a podcast. That's the only reason I say that. I would always
I know,
put
it's
that
a
disclaimer
podcast,
out
so
there.
people will
Yes.
be listening to this at a
Yes.
different
And you're on
time.
iHeartRadio now, so people can find you on
I know,
iHeart and
iHeartRadio with
iTunes.
Power of Love.
Yes.
iHeartRadio, hello.
Excellent.
Perfect. Heart. Did you know that?
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. iHeartRadio.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, Kismet. Kismet.
Yes.
That's right. Good.
All
So,
right.
so wherever you are, where if you can just take some time,
Mm-hmm.
and you could also stop this and be home in this very nice space and listen to this
Mm-hmm.
as well. But it's just a matter of releasing and surrendering, and it's just a matter of just relaxing. So a lot of people relax and just gently close your eyes, and when you close your eyes to this outside world, it kind of forces you to go within and to illuminate the inside world. So as you do that, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice and just become mindful of your breathing. The slowly inhalation through the nose, and you inhale the breath all the way to your heart, to your feet, all the way through the body. And as you inhale, imagine that there's some beautiful light, a luminosity, a sense of peace, a sense of oneness, and a sense of love just coming in from the ethers, from the world around us, from the heavens above. And then as you exhale out of your mouth, the exhalation is going to be filled with old ways of thinking, old energy, stagnation, old belief systems, any negativity, any thought forms from other people that don't empower you. We're going to release that old stuff, old anger, old resentments, and then come back to a place of peace with the inhalation. So gently inhale and just exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Good. Good, good, good. Just want you to just stay in that space and imagine. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. I just want you to envision yourself as a strong and beautiful tree. Very strong tree. Imagine your feet rooted into the ground. Now breathe deeply with your imagination, imagining yourself connected firmly to the earth, big strong tree. And now move your awareness up as you imagine your arms as the branches of the tree, just waving in the wind, waving in the breeze. And as you breathe deeply now and become the tree, just put your mind and your awareness, the sense of you are that tree. There's no separating you from that awareness that you become the tree, this beautiful life force that's in everything. So right now with the human body, imagine that you're a tree, the life force of a tree. Good. And you can hear the birds, feel the bright autumn sun on your boughs, cold breeze rustling through the leaves. Now imagine and picture that your leaves are brightly colored. And as they go toward the sky and the autumn season falls upon us, there may be some leaves that are finished. They're going to stop and dying off. And each leaf that dies off and falls down in this autumn weather represents something you can let go of. So imagine each leaf detaching and drifting to the ground. And as each one falls onto the ground, let it represent something that isn't serving your highest good. So as you imagine, let go of your need to be perfect. Let go of caring about what others think of you. Release a leaf, letting go of the need to judge yourself and others. Let go of guilt. Let go of hurt. Let go of the need to please people. Let go of old resentments. Let go of insecurities. Let go of worry. Let go of fear. Let go of everything holding you back from being the best you can be. And as you picture the leaves dying on the ground, a gust of wind comes and blows them away. And watch as they swirl off into the sky. And you are ready then to experience something new, to experience the spring which will be coming, the sun, the warm sun. And just know in your heart and in your mind that you now have released the old, so you're ready for the new. Take a deep breath and slowly open up your eyes and welcome a new day of awareness. And there we go, John. Power of love.
Beautiful.
Power of love.
Power of love. Gorgeous.
So, okay. So that I have several meditations in the book, and throughout the next couple of months, I'm going to actually be honoring people with different ways into the book and meditations, mind journeys, and I'm also be giving away books and giving away cards, and we'll work and we'll have this community for this because books are a very important one. So we'll do that in the future here. The power of love. I know you have a lot of calls coming in, so let's start. We'll just jump the calls. Jeff, are you ready for calls? Sure. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to open the call lines now, folks. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll have our first caller come on. Let's see here. We have our first caller, 650. You're on the air with James and Jeff.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Liz.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
Oh my God, I can't believe I actually got through. I am trying to get in contact with my beautiful daughter.
Okay, what is her name?
Riley.
Riley. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Was she before 7?
Yes.
Because I don't think she made her 7th birthday. And I just get a sense here as she comes right next to you, because we have to remember, Liz, that as we think of someone, this is for everyone that's watching this or hearing this, that your thoughts are things and they bring them in. And we are magnets, and your thoughts will magnetize. They'll bring them close to you. So she's talking also about a brother. Does she have a brother?
Yes, she does.
She wants to talk about loving her brother, kissing him, and kissing him on the cheeks. And it's very, very important that you know that she does that. She jumps in the bed, up and down, like she used to do. I'm seeing her very clearly.
Yes.
I know you must have ribbons in the hair. You must have wanted to do ribbons sometimes or put her hair in ribbons.
Yes.
You understand that? And I know she tells me you still have the little dresses, and you've saved them, and you looked in the closet recently, and they're all hanging there. You understand that? You opened up
Yeah.
a closet and looked at them hanging there, these clothes, and she's watching you, and she's twisting her head, looking at you, mommy, mommy. She doesn't quite. She must have been. Oh my goodness! I don't know. She's 4 or 5, but she must have. She's just. I just her the human, the soul, of course, knows better. But as she comes into the personality that you would have recognized, I get it. I'm getting a sense of her thinking, "Why is mommy hurt, or why is mommy crying?" Because she's very alive. So just filling that up there. When she comes down to the earth level, it's the old memories that come through. So that's what I'm telling her. I know that you have a stuffed animal. I know that you have this stuffed animal there with you. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yep.
because she's
It
giving me
has her
I
ashes
might be
in
on
it.
your lap right now. You're holding it right now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, because she just
Yes.
gives me that very, very clearly, and she's right with you, and she's sitting there rocking with you. I got to tell you that, sitting there rocking with you, and she's not hurt. She's not hurt. She talks about having boo boos, boo boos,
Yeah.
and you understand. And I know that you want to see her again, and I know that you want to see her again, and I know that the dream state is where you're going to see her very, very clearly. So that's what I'm going to tell you. I also I want you to maybe leave John with your phone number, a way to contact you, and I want to do a longer private reading for you
Excellent.
Yes, please, please, because I
because
would love to
I
know
know
how
that
she
that's
died.
needed. Because I'm hearing that from my guides behind me, and I know your husband is around there somewhere, and I know this girl
Yes,
wants to speak
yes.
to him as well, and so we're going to do that for you, okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
Excellent.
I will do that. I will do that for you, Liz.
Okay. Thank
Let's make sure
you.
that John has your information. John, can you get her
I do.
information
I
on the
have it. The
side?
650771.
Okay.
Correct, Liz?
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
it is.
great. I have the last four, so we're perfect. All right, great.
Perfect. Okay, Liz, we will contact you
Thank
next couple of
you.
days. Thank you, darling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, honey.
Thank you, Liz.
Well, the power of love. That's the spirits come
Yes.
through. They come through in the power of love. I mean, whenever I work, it's all love, 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 and that's the vibration that they come through with, and we are all a testament to that love because we wouldn't be asking to speak with them if we didn't love them.
Yeah, it looks like we have Melissa on the line from 407. I believe it's Melissa. Let's get her energy lifted up here, James. 407. Hi, Melissa. You're on the air with James and Jeff.
Hi,
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Can you
Good,
turn
thank
down
you.
your
How can we
computer
help
in the
you?
background, please, and just listen through your telephone? I'll ask all callers, if you're on the line, to please turn your computers down to listen through the call, through the phone, actually, because you'll be able to hear the show through the phone.
Okay, no
Perfect.
problem.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
much better. Oh, yeah, now I can hear you. That's good.
Hi, I was just wondering which direction my life is going in. I got married, moved to Florida, had a baby. Things have been rocky between my marriage, and I'm undecided in what to do.
Jeff, why don't you jump in here? Melissa, when's your birthday?
January 27, 1975.
Okay.
Melissa, do you feel love in your heart?
For my husband, not really anymore.
Okay. Well, I just believe that, like most, the communication is important. So, have you been communicating about your relationship?
For the last 2 years, yeah, he just doesn't get it.
Okay. And do you have a support system outside of him in Florida?
I have friends, but mostly my family's from New York.
Okay. And would you consider coming back to New York?
I've been considering it, but we
You
share
feel
a
that, right?
child
I feel you
together.
might too. I feel you might go back to New York.
Yeah, I feel that you're drawn back to New York and to be around supportive and family, and they can help you through this because it seems that your the communication and love it might be a past
It's
thing.
gone.
Yeah,
It's also, excuse me, I'm sorry.
yeah, but it sounds like the decision's made.
Decisions made, but it's also a sense of that. I got to tell you that you jumped into this relationship at one time. It feels like you did it without thinking. You understand?
Uh-huh.
Jumping into it. You got that one, Melissa?
Yes.
Yeah.
We got married on our 1-year anniversary.
There you go. So, which is fine, but now you've lived with that. You got to live with that consequence, which is fine. There's no judgment here. It's just that Okay, that's what it does. Now you're an Aquarius, so you're very independent. You're very strong-willed, and I'm gonna tell you that part of him, you're very you're dominating him. There's part of him was like, oh,
Mhm.
the energy is very powerful for him. He can't handle. He doesn't know what came at him. So, and he doesn't like giving up
Yeah,
control.
basically that's what he said yesterday.
Totally, I see it. And so he doesn't like giving up control, and you don't like giving up control. So it's like, so I don't want you to stay together if there's anger left, because it just feels like the more you're going to share that space, then anger is going to start coming up. It's probably started erupting is anger, and you don't
Well,
want
that's
that.
been lately. I
Yeah,
also have a
it's
question. Our son that we have together,
oh,
when he was
yes,
born, he got stuck on the way out.
wow,
And
wow, oh, wow,
every time I take a video of him, there's thousands of orbs in every video I take of
really,
him.
really, wow.
Well, that's a
Hmm
positive
It's a
thing.
very positive thing.
Also, he constantly brings up my grandmother that passed away when he was 1 and he doesn't remember her.
Wow,
And
that's
he's always asking questions about God and
wow.
statues
So,
that
so how
he's
old is he
never
now?
seen and stuff.
How
He
old
just
is
turned 4.
Oh, just wow. You better
beautiful?
beautiful. Write down all of his experiences. Ask him, talk to him, ask questions about it, because he still has the memory of being a spirit, because that's the mindset he has still. So, which is great. So, very spiritual person came in to help you, no doubt about it. Came in to help you, part of your soul group, and obviously very spiritual person, having all those orbs.
Yes.
And now is the time you should ask him about what is it like in the spirit world, in the light world? How is grandma? Ask him these questions, because the soul will be able to tell you. So good for you.
Oh,
And for the
I
best,
always do, but lately he's been telling us my husband and I are supposed to die in a car accident.
oh wow, well, I think that you need
And he's
to,
been saying it for a while, so
yeah. So let me just share
That's
with you
sad,
that
but
I would not keep the energy around him. He's very sensitive, your son, and you don't want toxic energy around him. So I would, make sure that's not there. Yeah, clear that space. Yeah. So what do you have to do?
yes, because when I was 14, I grew up with a lot of depression, and when I was 14, I tried to commit suicide.
Suicide, right? See that?
And I had a near-death experience, and ever since then, I dream with people that have passed that like give
Okay.
me messages and stuff.
Okay.
And I constantly, my dad passed away when I was 11,
Right.
and before he died, he used to cut his morphine pills, and it used to make like a knocking noise. And till this day, I hear the knocking noise no matter where I go.
Okay. So Melissa, let me just quickly
go to New
finish
York.
now. Make sure you're getting help now. You're getting seeing a therapist or a doctor or someone to help you with that, with your.
Yes, I'm fine
Okay.
now. Yes,
Good. Perfect. I want you to keep that, especially for the son. So keep us posted what happens, honey. Good luck.
I will. Thank
Okay, honey. Bye bye.
you. Bye.
So you never know that the call that Melissa can help a lot of people else that are out there also listening to this and have similar situations. So just to look at things differently. Many things on that call. Many different insights.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to 270. 270, you're on the air with James and Jeff. Hello. We have your name, please.
Hello.
And realtor questions
Yes.
too. That'll be good. Hi, who's this?
This is Lisa.
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
I'm writing down on a pad, so that's why I say Lisa, just so I can help me focus. Yes. Your question.
Well, just kind of, if you have any, I guess basically any open messages for me.
So if you want a spirit message, you got to just give me the name, because we're limited on time. You got to give me a focal point.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Anything from my brother that passed away.
That's what I thought it was.
And the name?
It's Weaver.
Okay. Weaver and a brother.
Yeah, and I don't know if there was something that happened very quickly with him, like a shock when he passed over. Was this a fast passing?
Yes, it was extremely unexpected.
Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know why my head is involved, but it is. I was like with him. I got to tell you, I don't know who in the family is diabetic or has blood sugar problems? Who was that? Was that dad? Was that someone in the family, in the male in the family? Would you know about the diabetic
Um,
problems?
Passed away. It probably would have been my grandfather.
Okay.
And
Let me just
living, it might be my mother.
Okay. And let me ask you this. Do you have blood sugar problems?
I'm none that I'm aware of.
So I want you to be mindful that you should check up, and I just think that you could be open to that possibility. So definitely got to check the blood sugar
Okay.
levels and make sure you check your diet and whatever that means. I'm not an expert on that. I'm not a doctor, but it just
Okay.
feels as if that you need to check those things out. I know your brother keeps on coming in and telling me didn't have his life in order, didn't have things together. Not quite together, he's saying to me. And things were just about to change or something was about to happening and it happened suddenly. And I know there must be two children around. Who are the two kids? Are you
Um, yes, go ahead.
did he have two children or are you the two children?
I have three, and he had one.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so
Are there other siblings?
No.
So it's you and your brother. That's the two.
two
Well,
children.
no, actually, yes, we do have other siblings. We had two other siblings. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
You cut out there for a moment. I'm sorry.
No problem. He's definitely around all the time. And do you sense the deep love for Lisa?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, so
Without
he's
a
around
doubt.
all the time, Lisa, and there's deep love there, and he hears all the messages and all you're speaking to him and all the communication.
That is so wonderful to hear. That's great.
And something about a gift which was not given. So I don't know if there was. He's talking to me about a gift wrap. Something was gift wrapped and wasn't given or wasn't received. So I don't know if
It's a
he
wrapped box.
wrapped box, right?
Yes.
You saw that too, the
Yes.
ribbon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a symbolic gesture for a birthday or something that was not realized, but he's showing me this. And is your dad's passed? Is that,
No, my father's living.
oh, so he's with a man over there. He's with a man that used to drive a little pickup truck, an old pickup truck in 1940s. So I got to tell you that. So lots of love, Lisa, from him.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
wonderful. Well, yes, thank you. Yes, that just
Bye,
makes
Lisa.
me feel a whole lot better, and it will make everybody else feel so much better too, knowing that. So,
Thank you, my love.
thank you both. Thank you. Bless you.
Okay, thank you, darling.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, so let's move on here to our next caller. Looks like we have, well, they're scrolling so quickly here. So let's see, 510. It looks like. Well,
Hey, John, you got to just go through quickly.
yeah, they're pouring in quickly. So here we go. 516. Hi, you're on the air with James.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, James. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've been trying to get through for weeks.
Oh, wow. Glad you finally did. Turn your computer down or whatever that is.
Okay, I did.
Okay, great. Now we can hear you. And what is your name, darling?
My name is Alexandra,
Alexandra. Hi,
and
Alexandra.
I'm
How
from
can we
Long
help you?
Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Hi, Long Island, yes. I just wanted to know if you hear anything about my dad or my
Your dad.
grandma.
What's his name?
George.
George. Okay. Like a nice man, funny man. Very funny, very real character. Real character. Tells people what he thinks about him. Doesn't stop. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks, black and white. There it is. Doesn't stop about that. You understand? It's a personality trait he has. A very strong character. Right?
Yes.
And I know that the
Yes,
family, there must have been
absolutely.
somebody that would have done at one time either, so funny, it's maybe because you're here, real estate or managing apartment building or working at something with an apartment building.
Okay.
You know about that? Can you recognize that at all or no?
Kind
No's
of,
are
yes.
important as yeses, so that's fine if you say no.
No, it's. I would say yes.
You'd say yes, okay, because I don't mind no's, believe me, I don't. But I know there's something about one in managing apartment. That's why you're
Yes,
here, probably.
absolutely, yes.
The real estate. I want to talk about smoking. I want to talk about smoking. I don't know if he smoked cigarettes, but or smoking. Would that make
He
any
did.
sense?
He did, but quit a long time ago.
Okay, so when he smoked cigarettes, I don't know if there was lung problem breathing at the end of his life, or I can't get oxygen in me. And I just got to tell you
Yes.
that I feel like I'm laying down in a bed. You got that too?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I feel like poison within me. I feel like toxins. I feel like stuff is within me. And I also need to ask you, sweetheart, was there a sense of him being bloated or his stomach being bloated?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but the lungs definitely.
But there were a lot of good times
I mean, at
before
least
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I see card games and poker games and family events and a lot of happy family times together. What about cards?
Yes, definitely cards.
Cards and poker and maybe even I see cigars and smoke in the room and a lot of fun times with the guys as well as the family.
Poker, definitely.
Yeah, poker.
Yes.
And do they ever like to go? I know it sounds weird. Go casinos or play like that, the tables or something weird.
No.
No.
He
What about
likes,
pizza?
Playing canaster. Not
I want to
poker.
talk about a pizza. I want to talk about having a bite of pizza, a slice of pizza, very New York. Going to a pizza parlor, having pizza. So I don't know if you recently did that.
No.
Or okay? Where's the Italian restaurant?
Yes.
Italian delicatessen. You went there recently.
Yes.
Okay. He was with
Yeah.
you. That's why I'm getting that. He was with you. I know it sounds really
Actually, I
wild.
went to an Italian place with my husband for my anniversary the other day, and it was an
Ding ding
Italian
ding
place.
ding 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 ding. So
That's
my love,
crazy.
you're not alone. You're not alone. Now I know that when you're with him, he gives me the sense that when you're with him, you either make a wish with your husband. There's like this wish, this toast that we make, but there's also like a wish.
Yes.
Okay. And I know that there's a candle on the table. Or is it a candle, two candles, or one candle on that table? Does that make sense?
I don't know about the candles, but the toasting, yes.
Definitely a toasting. Was it a white tablecloth?
I don't remember.
White tablecloth and it's a candle toward the side of it.
With the salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Yes.
And I've just got to tell you, I feel a little bit of music behind it. I get a sense that the George is in my mind giving me, this is really wild, like a dark maroon color on the walls, and I'm seeing things hanging on the walls. Like I just like ornaments, things hanging on the walls. A little tacky, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's just like it's kind of warm as well, but it's very homey. If I put it that way. It's Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and he wants me to tell you he's right there. Give mama, your mother must still be alive.
Yes.
Okay. I need to go to your mother and I need to pinch her. I need to pinch her chin. And I want to give love to her. And I know that she has an oval photograph of them together. An oval frame. You understand that? This is showing me very clearly. Okay. You're a sweetheart. You're lovely. Are you one of three? Are there three? One of three?
Well, my sister, but my mother lost a stillborn.
Right. So there's three of you all together.
Considered three.
Including the stillborn, there'd be three.
Yeah.
So, because he said one of three. So he's with the baby. I feel that could have been a boy.
Yeah.
And do you have a boy yourself, honey?
No, I have two daughters.
You have two daughters.
I have a stepson and a stepdaughter.
Okay. Let me tell you that I got to tell you that there's some kind of a boy coming into that family. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's a boy coming into the family. Your father's definitely making me feel this. And did they ever call your dad Georgie? Georgie?
No, no.
No?
But I have a bird named Georgie.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. I'm sorry, honey.
That we
I
named
thought he said
after him.
boy. He said bird. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Boy.
No, well, my father always wanted somebody to name a child after him, and when he passed, I had a bird, and we named her
God
Georgie.
bless you. Oh, good for you.
As a kind of joke thing.
But he got the joke. He got the joke, and he's smiling. And I'm going to tell you that he has his teeth. He's giving me his teeth.
I have a question to ask you, James. my daughter, who's 14, she is always telling me how when she's resting in her bed, that she's seeing, or when she sleeps, I guess, that she's seeing herself above her bed, and it's constantly.
Yep.
And I don't know how to help her with that.
Okay, honey, I will
I've
help you.
actually.
Okay, so Alexandra, let me tell you that that's very, very normal, and that every one of us leaves our body at night. When we go to sleep, our soul will leave out of the body, usually the top of the head, and you travel to the what we call the astral world, or the spirit world, and we see our loved ones. We have dreams with them, but more than dreams. So kids are very, very open to that, and she sounds very, very intuitive. It's also, we call it astral projection, so they can project their souls out of the body. So for you to help her, I wrote a book years ago for this exact same thing, because many parents would come up to me and say, my kids are really psychic or they're sensitive. What can I do about it? So I wrote a book called Looking Beyond, and it's for teenagers.
Looking Beyond.
Looking Beyond. So you can find that on Amazon, and that's directed exactly for your situation. All right?
Yeah, she tells me sometimes like she'll wake
Alexandra.
up and
Thank you, darling.
she feels like she can't move.
Yeah. The book goes into details about how to speak with her, how to open that up when they feel like they can't move, they're paralyzed. It's a whole thing there with the
Right.
mindset and the head. So I address that in the book.
Okay.
All right, baby?
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
James.
Alexandra.
Good night.
Hey, good night.
Alrighty, we're moving to 315 in the New York area.
You sure about that? I think it's Miami.
Right.
Let's see. Maybe that's 305.
315, you're on the air with James.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Are you from New York or are you from Florida?
New Hartford, New York.
New Hartford. Oh, New Hartford. So 315 must be a new area code.
No, it's always been the area code.
Really? Okay.
Funny name.
And what's your name?
Janine Petrello.
Okay, Janine. How can we help you?
I was wondering if you're getting
think?
any messages for me from beyond.
You think? From who?
Oh, I lost my entire family, my mother, my father, my brother. One of them, hopefully.
Okay.
Well, how about a name of one of them?
Oh, Carmen, Mary, or Maurice.
Carmen.
So is the mother named Mary and Marie? Or was that grandma?
Her name is Mary Nance.
Your mother's name is Mary Ann?
Mary.
Mary, great. Let me just tune into Mary. No. Sweetheart, she's with all of them. Definitely with all of them. I also think there were people that died in infancy, by the way, as well in the family. And I also want to tell you that there are tragic endings to people's lives here. That there's some tragic endings too, like accidents and suicides, and there's this sort of a thing, you see. And I know that there's I want to tell you that no one has lingered. Can I say lingered to you? And I want to say, who was Catholic? Was mother Catholic or had the Catholic background?
My grandmother was a very strong Catholic background.
And so I just want to be acknowledging that you must have lit candles, votive candles, or she did, or your mother did, but there's votive candles being lit. I know that I have is it rosary beads or like and a cross. So I don't know if you would have grandma's rosary beads.
I do.
Yeah, great. So you just have to respond to me, okay? Because they have to go really fast. Because they come in quickly. And I know that the prayers, that I'm kneeling down by the side of the bed saying prayers, so I know that she wants you to do that like you used to do as a little girl. She would teach about that, wouldn't she? Yep.
Yes.
And she comes in talking about how she would teach you how to say the rosary. And how to say prayers properly. And your mother's very happy. Your mother, I think that your mother she didn't either get along with her mother or there was a little problem with them in the lifetime. Does that make sense to you?
No, because they were very close.
They were very close. Okay, I don't know why this is. At 17 years of age, was there a marriage?
With my aunt, not with my mother.
Oh, with your aunt. That's your mother's sister?
Yes.
Okay, and so there was marriage at 17, and I don't know if that caused a problem with her and her mom, your aunt and her mother?
big problems.
There you go. Knew I got it. Ding, 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 ding. I knew it. So I need to let you know that your mother has met them, your aunt, your mother, your grandmother. They're working this stuff out. Got to tell you that. And the old ways of thinking don't work anymore for them because they're in a new life or a new world. They try to explain it to you. Your dad passed as well?
Yes.
Okay.
They all died in the same year.
They all died the same year. Wow, honey. It's a lot. Wow. It's a lot to,
Yeah,
it's a lot
I'm
to
very
take on
psychic.
your plate.
I'll tell you, I used to be very psychic, but since those deaths, everything is clogged. I mean, I'm still intuitive, but I don't see anymore. I don't get visions anymore. I don't.
Well, you
Everything
never
is
lose
just
it.
shut down in me.
Yeah. You
No,
never
I know how to
lose it, sweetheart. You never lose it, but you take your awareness away from it. That's what happens. And with all of those incredible, like horrible, it's tough. That's a lot of 1 year. That's really tough. I mean, one death alone is tough, but to have a family like gone like that, and in different ways, in some ways which are like, how could that happen? Um, some like the throat as well. Um, you have it. It's just that you have to take your focus slowly. I don't want you to be angry at the universe or angry at God. I think that I'm going to tell you something which I want you to know, that the most advanced souls who come back here have the most advanced lessons. And some of those advanced lessons, you know this from my teachings, the advanced lessons are those that people leave early, violent things happen, things which seem unnatural. So it's usually the advanced soul that takes on those lessons. I know you're a healer, I know you're intuitive, and I know that one day you're going to use these situations to help not only yourself, but help other people. Because I think that this is also teaching you compassion and understanding and awareness. And I think that you have the energy to do it.
True. It's very true. I've become astute in other areas, and my clairvoyancy, it seems to be clogged. That's all. It just seems clogged. It's like I try to meditate. I can't concentrate on the meditation. I tried to do different things to open up my third eye. It just, I think it's a little lethargic right now.
Listen, my school, the school I have, try my school, the JVP School of Mystical Arts. Please try and look into that, the clairvoyance classes. I do things very, very, it's a 6-week course, and I'm very, it's well paced. It's well paced, and it's easy. It's not going to be hard for you, and you can do it in your own timeline, but it'll give you some structure, because it feels like you're not structured with it, and would like that to be activated. Yeah? So see if that works for you, because I think it'd be a really good space for you to be in.
But it's like taking baby steps. It's been a tragic year, and it's like riding a bike, and not to belittle what you went through, but you have it in you. You unpeel those layers of the onion before, and it'll come back. I see you journaling. It's been quite a couple of years for you. I see journaling as you go forward for the next 18 months sticks in my mind, and then to look back on this progress and even publish a blog to help other people. So I would start writing about your experience as like a diversion, and keep a chronological order of your feelings and what's changed and how your sensitivity came back, and go back into classes and start the meditation and intuitive work, and gradually with baby steps, it's all going to fit together again. You're a survivor.
You are, and God never, you've heard the expression, which I love, God never gives us more than we can handle. And that's why I know you're an advanced soul, because those lessons those are tough ones. And most people couldn't handle them, but you can, you will be, you'll survive it.
I've had nothing but tough ones.
Yeah.
I've had nothing but tough lessons, even before them. But I was just wondering if they had any messages for me. I'm strong. I'm a Pisces. Pisces people are very strong people.
Yes.
Pisces.
So, what's that?
Pisces. Jeff is a Pisces. So Pisces rules psychics.
Oh, is he?
Yep. Pisces rules psychics.
Yeah, and
sensitivity.
And my rising sign is Gemini, so I'm real psychic. Between the Pisces
and you're all over the place. And you're all over the place. So that's why it's funny I said you need structure, because Gemini is kind of the butterfly of the cosmos. And so, and you don't know what your moon is in, do you?
Capricorn.
So Moon and Capricorn, really interesting. So for those who don't know, Moon is your emotions, and it's that's how you deal with things emotionally and family. And Moon and Capricorn is about responsibility. It's old karma, emotional karma that you have to go through these lessons. So this is incredible. So I don't know if you had two marriages or relationships were a big deal in your life that you had to go through one and then the other one, but that's Capricorn Moon. It's a tough one, but it's a strong one. So you have the strength to get through this. So
Very.
the messages are always around you. The messages when you find the feathers and you find coins, that's them always, and they're
Oh,
your
nice.
guides. Your families and your guides. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Okay, my love.
Thank,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
We'll
and
see
I'm
you.
going to look into.
Well, you're welcome, honey. Bye bye.
Excellent. I think we got the issue with the calls worked out before they were jumping all over the place, so I wasn't able to pull up one in specific. So it looks like I have 510 on the air. 510 calling from San Francisco. Oh Lord. Okay. Folks, please turn down your background noise when we go to take a call, because otherwise we will get feedback like that. Okay. Thank you. 718. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Can you hear us?
I could hear you.
What would you like?
I would like to ask Jeff about my medical issues. I've been having problems for quite a while, and right now the doctors are able to treat the symptoms, but they're not able to find out exactly what's going on with my body while I keep getting sick.
Okay. First of all, what's your name?
My name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, when is your birthday?
July 20th, 1966.
Oh, I knew it. Okay. You go first, Jeff.
Do you feel you're a positive person?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel that you can beat your ailments? And do you feel positive about lessons you might be learning? And do you feel that there's going to be a way out of this?
Almost definitely.
Okay, great. That's half the battle. Yes, that's great. Congratulations. And you're eating healthy and you're getting some exercise?
I'm trying my best.
Okay. And what are you sensing?
Well, I'm sensing, number one, from a very young age, you're a very, very sensitive person. Very, very sensitive, picking up other people's energy without knowing it. You understand? And I feel like I want to go back to your childhood, and I want to look at some situations or experiences there. I'm not sure with father, with the immediate family, but I feel there's like, I don't know, it was certain ways of looking at things, or you felt hurt, or certain things happen that you've held on to. And it feels like there's some old energy there that's still in the body, you see? And it just feels like there's a density, but it feels like old. It feels like an old energy that's stuck in the body. Do you relate to that at all?
Yes.
Okay, so it almost feels, Elizabeth, that this old energy, and it's so interesting you called tonight, because the theme of the show tonight is letting go, and I would love for you to do that meditation over again, or I have some free meditations on my website. You need to get into a space of releasing and forgiving. Okay, forgiving is the remedy here, because we are what we think. And if there's old resentments, old guilts, old upsets, old anger, and it stays in the body, it begins to stagnate. Okay? And we, as souls having a human experience, really we're energy. So energy flows in and out of the body. And that's the natural process of flowing in and out of the body. But when we have something which stops that flow, with whether it's an old emotional charge, an upset, an anger, that holds that flow, that blocks the flow, if we don't remove that, it'll eventually stagnate. It eventually turns into a dis-ease, an imbalance of some kind, and it affects the body. You understand? So,
Yes, I do.
so in order to bring complete healing, which I know you know this, complete healing to you, and to the stomach area and the chest area, you have to bring a healing to the mind. Yeah. So when we have a healing, it's a balance of the mind, it's a balance of the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and emotionally, the most important, the emotional. And those are the areas I'd like you to bring into wholeness of being. So through meditation, through forgiveness work, through Jeff mentioned the caller before you, journaling, writing things down, you got to get it out of you. Yeah. You're a Cancer. You're a very sensitive person, and you'll pick up all the stuff. And Cancers hold on to it. And I know you didn't have the family life that you wanted when you were a child. I'm aware of that. And I just got to say to you that a lot of those aspects of that life as a child, you have to forgive that. So I hope you'll listen. Okay?
I am listening. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, my love. Good luck. We'll send you love and prayers. And the power of love is it's the strongest force we have to heal, to bring a vibration of love, to frequency, the goodness, to health and balance. So use the essence, the power of love. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless.
God bless you.
All right, it looks like we have a real estate
Enjoy
question.
yourself. You're falling asleep yet?
No,
Jeff,
Jeff, I have a real estate question for you here. It does not tell me the area code, but here we go. I think her name is Stella. You're on the air with James and Jeff.
Hi, Stella.
Hello?
Hi, Stella.
Hello?
Hi, can you turn your volume down so we can hear you?
Okay. I have you on the speakerphone.
Yeah, but you need...
Go ahead.
Okay. So anyways, James, I spoke to you about a couple of weeks ago, and I called you on a conference call, and you had mentioned something about real estate, that I was going to be moving. And I think my father came in, and you said I moved around a lot. So I just wanted to, clarify that.
Are you moving?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking, because I don't have any plans of moving, but I was told I would be moving.
Are you by water?
Well, but maybe 30 minutes from the ocean.
Mm-hmm. I keep on getting a move that you're going to be close to water, or closer to water, or north of where you are. What's your dad's name?
His name is Jesus. Jesse.
Jesse.
He's really looking after you. I mean, he really has it all down. It's almost like he doesn't. It's almost like he wants to complete something with you before he's able to move on.
Can I share something with you? Once he passed everything, I became really, really spiritual. I got enlightened, and I started reading all these books, spiritual books. I read all your books. You were the one that really enlightened me.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And
Thank you.
you're always so welcome. And I'm speaking from the heart because you bring so much meaning to everybody's life.
Thank you, darling. Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. And are you meditating?
All the time.
Okay, I would just maybe plant the intention as a move coming to me before you go into your meditation and see, because it seems to be surrounding you from a few different phone calls. So I would, just before you sit for your 10 or 15 minutes, just say, what does a move mean to me? And just throw it out into the ether and see what happens.
Okay. Also, what? Because, what I wanted to ask you is it because of financial reasons that I've been moving, or is it?
I don't know. I'm not seeing that. I just think it's an opportunity.
Change.
A change. And positive. That your father's leading the charge.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
So I'm just going to follow his lead.
Yeah. Yes. You surrender to it.
I will. James.
Thank you, honey.
James, honey, I have one thing to say to you. When I come into lots of money, I'm going to donate to your program. Yes, I will.
You're so sweet.
How thoughtful.
Thank you, darling.
So that way, because I want people to be able to be enlightened by you if they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And thank you very much.
Okay, good luck on the move.
That's the power of love. Beautiful. Thank you so much for calling, caller. All right, we have, it looks like Lisa, 603 on the air.
Okay. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
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 Hi, how are you?
I'm so excited. This is my first time attending your call, your show.
Lovely.
It's my first night, and I got on.
All right, on. Good, Lisa.
Yeah, awesome.
Good girl.
I guess I'm supposed to talk to you guys then.
I would think so.
Yes, with thousands of calls, that's quite an accomplishment.
That's pretty good. A lot of calls.
Right? I'm pretty excited. Yes. So the topic was letting go, which is perfect for me. So I'm one of those advanced souls that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And lately, well, not lately, for a long time, I've been doing a lot of like working through the onion and everything, and I got to my core. And I've been doing a lot of deep work and have done amazing healing and discovered, amazing transformations. But I'm still hitting blocks in relationships. And a lot of times, my past, even though I've done a lot of work on it and I've let a lot of stuff go, it's still getting in the way of my relationships.
This is
and
Jeff's
I'm just
specialty.
perplexed.
Jeff is specializing in this. So, Jeff, you continue
Yeah,
on.
so it's perfect. I don't know what else is there. What am I missing? Or,
Have you gone back and connected the dots to even like the elementary periods, kindergarten, the 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 12 to 15?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And
I've done a lot of inner child work and, just so much.
And what's still repeating themselves from that point?
A lot of insecurities, like, I'll get really excited in a relationship, but then if I don't hear from them, I kind of freak out, or I feel like if I'm not constantly doing something, then they'll just kind of go away. And I know, like, my higher self is like, no, that's not true. What are you doing? But then, like, I find myself doing the same patterns, even though, it's just like this inner battle between, better, why are you doing this still? And then, but yet I'm still doing certain things.
And do you feel,
I don't know.
do you feel worthy of having it all?
I don't know about having it all. I mean, I do feel worthy about having a lot more than I did before.
Lisa, you had to think about that. So that says a lot right there. You know what I mean? You got to think about it before you just say, yes, I'm worthy of receiving. You got to think about it a little bit.
It's called a blind spot. So there's still, Lisa, what I'm hearing and sensing intuitively, there's still a blind spot. So I know even until we go back in our grave and pass to the other side and come back and repeat, we're always going to have blind spots no matter how much work we do. So there's a blind spot about feeling worthy and feeling lovable, and it always falls back into that developmental stages to be able to accept love and feel that you're worthy of love. It doesn't sound like you have a challenge with giving love. It's a matter of receiving love. So I would just go back, and there's many books and programs and all kinds of self growth type of situations about being worthy, and it's like a natural, not entitlement, but a natural.
We should receive it, because
Yes,
that's the power of
exactly.
love. Is
Right.
love is a natural. It's who we are. Love is that's our soul's essence. We are love. I would, what I would do, because you're really in your head a lot, Lisa. I mean, you work from the heart, the healing, and it's good. But I want to bring you back into the heart, because you're light in the head a little bit. So maybe an exercise would be great for you for the next week. Do 2 things a day that you love, or write down 2 things you love about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Buying
Well,
flowers.
I'm sure it'll
for
be easy
yourself.
at first.
Buying
but
flowers
then,
for yourself.
See, it wouldn't be easy.
Buying gift. Well, that's why we have to shift it a little bit. So So that's what I want you to do eventually. Okay. So buy flowers for yourself. Make a nice dinner for yourself. Whatever. Every day, do maybe one thing for yourself that you love for yourself. You're doing it for yourself. How's that? Just put that out there. So eventually we'll get there. But tomorrow, I would like you to write the following words. Okay. Right. You have a pen?
Yes.
Okay, write this down. Healthy am I. Happy am I. Holy am I. Okay, repeat that.
So healthy am I, happy am I, and what was the third one?
Holy.
Holy am I.
Right, so I want you to read it, and I want you to emphasize the I. So start again.
Healthy am I.
Don't go so fast.
Happy am I.
Start again.
Holy am I.
Oh, it's so hard, right?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going
There
to
you go.
get out of my head.
Emphasize the I, and go slowly.
Okay.
And emphasize, because you're helping teaching many people that are watching this also. Okay.
Great, awesome. Well, I'm a healer too, so this is like beneficial.
And
Okay.
wait, Lisa,
I need to
wait.
get in my
Go ahead.
body.
You must be a Gemini. I don't know. So what
No,
I want
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus, fixed signs. Listen, what you want to
But
do.
my best friend's a Gemini, so I'm highly influenced.
Yeah. So you might have Gemini rising or Gemini moon. So what you want to do is you want to take those those three phrases there. You want to put that on a piece of paper and tape it to your mirror in the bathroom. Okay? I want you to say it once in the morning when you brush your teeth and once at night when you brush your teeth.
Yes.
So you're going to say it 3 times each time.
And let's hear it now, Lisa.
Yeah, let's hear it now, Lisa.
Okay, let me get in my body. Healthy am I. Happy am I. Holy am I.
Oh, that sounded so much
That
better.
last one was. The last
Yeah,
one was
that's a tough
easier.
one.
The healthy.
That's a tough one.
That was a little tough on me. I'm not sure why. I mean, I was really, really sick. In 2015, last year, maybe that's why.
We're going to shift the awareness. We're going to shift the energy around. I'm telling you, I've done this work with clients for many, many, many years, over 20 years, and just with this mantra, and they tape it to the mirror and they say it 3 times in the morning, 3 times at night. And I'm telling you, it changes. It shifts the awareness. It brings focus. It brings love to yourself, and love is a healing force. So we're going to do that, okay?
Okay, this is huge because, like I said, I've done so much work, and I'm like, what is it? What am I missing? You know,
guess what the difference
you know,
is,
and
darling?
I found,
Lisa,
and I do love myself, but I don't think it's.
Lisa, listen. What's the difference this time?
What was the difference the last time I said it?
No, the difference in you've
There
done
are
work on
other
yourself and you've
studies.
done work. What's the difference now, today, right now? You've never spoken to me about your work before.
Right.
So here we go. It's a new chapter. All right, that's all.
And
That's
I think
all for tonight.
speaking it
That's all for
aloud
tonight.
too.
You're gonna talk. So I want you to stop and I want you to just focus on yourself. So I bid you adieu for the night.
Thank you,
All right,
Lisa, and be
love.
sure to check out James's course. James's course, because it has that information in it. So you want to go to JVP Key Course. So that's www.bit.ly/JVP course. That's case sensitive, so it's all caps. And you can check out the Healer Psychic Medium course. And I believe that was part of the course, correct, James?
Yes, that's what Hay House, and they go to hayhouse.com and look that course up as well. Yeah, that is a major part of the course. It's a whole course on healing, and also intuitiveness and also mediumship. Those 3 areas I bring through strongly. So yeah, that's part of it.
Excellent. All right, so let's go here and get to the next caller. So we have our next caller is going to be, let me pick it psychically this time. Okay, 814. 814, you're on the air with James. Can we have your name, please?
Hi, James. This is Loretta.
Hi, Loretta.
How are you, James? Thank you for
I'm
speaking
great, Loretta.
with me.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. It's just been trying to get a hold of you for quite some time, and
Well, now the
I'm
magic
very
has
blessed
happened.
to be
Here
able
we
to
are.
speak with you.
Here we are.
Oh my goodness, I got chills on my thighs.
Happy
It's
Rosh
the psychic
Hashanah.
thing about me. Yeah, but I'm not Jewish. Anyway,
We're all Jewish. It doesn't matter. We're all everything, so it's all right.
And your question for
Every
James,
time I
please.
have yes, I do. I recently had lost a loved one on October 13th, and he really meant the world to me.
Is it an animal?
And I miss him. No, but my dog does have cancer, which was my brother's best friend. My brother passed on the 13th, and my
He's
dog
around the
thankfully
dog for
also
sure.
has
We're
cancer.
really around that dog. What's his name, sweetheart?
Who, Dennis is?
What is it?
My brother Dennis, probably,
Dennis.
because my brother Dennis had fought heart disease for the last 20 years. And the last heart attack he had before the last one, my dog Spanky wouldn't leave his side, and they were buddies. And when my brother Dennis was sick, about a month and a half ago,
Let me try to make a link for you. How's that? Let me try to bring through a message
Okay.
for you.
He's going to help bring this
So Loretta,
Please
first
do.
of all, Loretta, you smoking cigarettes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why are you doing
He's
that?
probably going to yell at me about that.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm
bet.
an idiot. Mhm.
Well, it's not you don't love yourself, is what I'm saying. So however that manifests,
You're
I
right.
want you. I just want to say
How did you know that?
psychic.
How do you know? Okay. my brother's.
He's good.
My brother's probably.
This is not a dress rehearsal. This is real. I know that you've tried.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
your brother's coming in. By the way, your brother's coming in coughing, so he wants to come in coughing.
Oh.
I don't think he took great care of his health either. By the way, and he's coming through here admitting this. He's admitting that he didn't eat great. He's admitting that he didn't take care of himself. And it, I
No,
and
he
I.
didn't.
Okay, and I must be drinking.
Yeah, drinking.
Must be
and
drinking, and
smoking,
so
and the
I just don't.
dog's sick. And
Yeah.
My brother, no.
Yeah.
No, my brother never drank.
Okay. Well, I don't smoke. I don't know, but I just know he doesn't take care of himself.
Well, I like my couple beers, but no, my brother Dennis. Well, maybe back in the day, back in the '60s or something. But no, he haven't. No.
It also tends to run in the family, by the way. So there's a genetic link.
What's
here.
that?
The heart attacks,
What's
disease. Heart disease.
Yes, on my.
I also know there's a grandmother that
father's
must have
side.
passed this way as well, because I feel that very strongly. And I don't know who's what's
probably
what is the
Grandma
name-
Richard.
What's the name Grace mean?
Grace.
Grace.
I don't believe I had an Aunt Grace.
I don't get the name Grace, so write it down. I get Grace. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I will write it down.
Your brother didn't mean to break people's. He's funny because he's talking about he passed with a heart condition, but he's saying to me he didn't mean to break so many hearts in this lifetime. Didn't mean to break people's hearts, and that's what he's telling me. He didn't mean to break people's hearts. And
Boy,
I
I
know
love
that
him.
I want to go back to what I'm not sure if who was in 1949, who was born in 1949. I don't think it was him, but 1949.
He was born in '52, James.
Okay, who was
His
42?
birthday actually is coming up.
Okay, and I don't know who was born in 1949, but there must be somebody that was. And I want to talk about a picture of him that you've been looking at, and you have it, and it's like not wrinkled, but there's a crinkle in it. There's a crinkle in it, and it's when he's a kid. It's when he's a kid, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I understand that it gives into my mind here that you also have, can I say this, small photos in a big picture, in a big photo, in the frame. You have stuck some photos in there. Do you understand that?
I understand that. My mom's photo album. Yep.
Okay, well, there's pictures stuck within pictures. I just see that very clearly. And I want to ask you, darling, to your computer, do you have something taped on the computer, on the side of the computer? There's something taped.
No, the computer I have, James, is my phone.
Oh, it's your phone. Where is it? Do you have a desk?
Up in my son's room, I do, and a computer that's broken down.
Okay. I know that he wants me to talk about a computer that's something adhesive. There's something taped to the bottom of the computer. There's something there. And I know the Scotch tape because I'm feeling Scotch tape. So you'll have to go look.
Okay.
I know that it's underneath bookshelves. There would be bookshelves right near it. And I know there's a lot of junk. There's a lot of stuff there. Make sense?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I know that. And I feel like I have to go. Oh, wasn't that interesting? That's very, very interesting. As I sit in the chair at that computer, I feel like one of the casters of the wheel is broken or off, or something's not right with the chair.
And maybe in his apartment.
Would you check it out? It just gives
Would
me
it
that
be
feeling. And let me tell you this also.
Can I just put?
Dennis couldn't get around.
Nobody
Dennis
could. No, Dennis. He lived with me, James.
He couldn't
and
get
had his
around.
last heart attack.
He couldn't get around.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't get around. And he's telling me that you had to go buy him things and get him his medicine. And if he couldn't he couldn't walk around because I'm like,
no.
He didn't have the energy to do that.
Yeah.
And I just got to say to you that there's 5 months before he passes, 5 to 6 months, half a year before he passes, that I feel like I'm going down, but I go up, but I go down. And I tell you that he gets very
Yeah.
depressed as well.
Yes, he would. Yeah.
And I know there was
He
a bunch
came out of
of
the
pill
hospital and
bottles. I know there are a bunch of pill bottles on the
what?
side on the side table of
Oh
the
my
bed.
God, 14.
So hard.
14 bottles of pills
Okay, I'm
in the
seeing
living
it.
room.
Seeing it,
Oh
seeing
God.
it, seeing it. It gives me that, and it's not. He doesn't miss that, and he's still scrambled in his head about everything. He's still scrambled in his head about everything, because I know that when he broke glasses once, that the side of the glasses broke off, and he tries taping it again. He uses tape a lot, for gosh sakes. He just tapes things.
Yeah.
He fixes things, and I know also he wants to show me putting a paper clip in the side of the glasses, and I'm fixing it with that. Isn't that
beautiful?
And don't you have a drawer there
That's
with all the
peculiar.
stuff in it in the living room? Did you move a dresser in there or something?
In his apartment, probably. He
Oh, it's in
stayed
his
with me,
apartment, I'm
James,
sorry.
before he passed. But my brother lived on top apartment. He lived on the bottom apartment.
Oh, I don't know, honey.
And
I
nobody
just
can
wanna
find.
see.
Yeah, nobody can find his life insurance policy. We're all scrambling about because he worked in a funeral business for years, and we find it hard to believe that he didn't have life insurance. And the family has this massive bill, and we're trying to figure it out. And everybody's been scrambling through things to try to figure out. I've even made phone calls to try to find out where the life insurance policy could be, because I know that has to be bothering him, because he would never want to put a burden on any of us. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, definitely. Oh, is there a staircase somewhere?
In my house.
So
and one of from
a place
in
that
my
he
house,
lived
but
at.
you-
A place that he lived at. You got to let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I know that one of the places he lives at, he gives me a sense of everything is junk is everywhere. Things are in boxes.
Yes.
Things are thrown
My
up
God, he had
everywhere.
car models everywhere, car models and racing pamphlets and booklets and everything. Everybody said he
Everywhere.
was a hoarder.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. It's like a hoarder. So I want
Yes,
to ask
he
you. I want to
was.
look by the staircase, by some kind of a staircase in some box, and I got to tell you that. That's what I'm telling you. I got to tell you that. That's what I
He
got for
told
you,
my
my love.
brother.
Thank you, dear. Thank you,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
he told. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank
Okay,
you. I
honey.
love you. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye now.
Love you. Bye. Thanks.
Excellent. Okay, so we are coming to the close of the show, but I wanted to remind folks that Both Sides Now is coming up at 8:30, so stay on the air here at Channel 3, because Shirley and Kelly will be taking some calls as well during the show.
Yay!
So,
I love my Shirley and Kelly.
yes, and Kelly just had a birthday, so...
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so... And I want to give Jeff just a few moments to speak about himself.
Jeff?
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and you've been all terrific, and it was a learning lesson, and exciting to be here. I also big fans of Kelly and Shirley also.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
we were
great.
all in
I'll tell them.
Tahiti.
We went to Tahiti
We were all
together
in Tahiti
in August.
together, yes.
Oh, great. I'll tell them. And Jeff, they can reach you at jeffadler.com. That's your real estate site. Is that correct?
Yes, jeffadler.com, and email jeff@jeffadler.com. Any questions or help you need in northern New Jersey, I'm here for you and would love to hear from you.
Excellent, excellent. And then, James, your book, Power of Love, is available on Amazon right now?
On Amazon.com, they can pre-order it, and also my cards. And I urge you to go do that, because it's good. It's good to be the first ones to get it.
All right, and I think we have time for one more call, and let me go ahead and get this caller on the line. This is someone asking about their abilities. So 219, you are the lucky caller. 219, you're on the air. Are you there? Hello, 219. Yes.
Hello?
Hi.
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 Is this Renee?
Yes, this is Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hello, you are both such mentors for me. I'm so excited.
Oh, good. How can we help you?
Yes. I have two questions. One is, I have started a business. I work as a psychic medium, and I am wondering if I should continue to do that, or if I should maybe delve towards intuitive healing or something else.
Okay.
Do you feel that's all connected?
What's that?
Do you feel that's all connected, all those terms that you just read out? Don't you feel that they're all connected?
I do, absolutely. I wanted to try to hone in on what I am best at, or should I just keep doing a few different things?
When's your birthday,
I don't
Renee?
know. My birthday is October 29th.
You sound like a great candidate for James's Hay House course, healer, psychic, or
Hay House
medium.
course, but definitely my school. But
Yeah.
without a doubt, you should take the psychic course
Yeah.
first. Definitely get that certified psychic course because it's a great foundation for you to explore that intuitive self and actually see if it fits you. A psychic is very different than a medium. And that's something that you need to know. And you need to know the different energies that are involved in both. Renee, you understand that, honey?
Okay.
So
Yes, I do. Thank you.
And it needs to be developed further. I think you have definitely ability. You're a Scorpio, so there's an ability there for mediumship or psychic work. But the mediumship needs to be developed. It's not there quite. It really isn't yet. That doesn't mean it can't be. But I definitely would like to start really with the intuitive, work with the psychic first, and then work your way up. And come to the course, and I'll work with you.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thank you very much. Yes,
All right,
that's
Renee.
exactly how it's going.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Let me be the first. Thanks, Renee. Good night, sweetheart.
All right. Thanks.
Excellent. All right, I'm glad we could squeeze her in. All right, we are at the finish line of the show. It's 8:20 p.m. I got to jump over to the next studio, but thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you, John, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Excellent. Take care, everybody.
Bye.